In the glittering yet unforgiving world of Hollywood and high fashion, where reputations can shift as quickly as the latest trend, Sydney Sweeney finds herself navigating turbulent waters. The 28-year-old actress, known for her captivating roles in shows like Euphoria and films that showcase her raw talent, has become a focal point of controversy. At first glance, her similarities to Martha Stewart might seem superficial. Both are striking blondes with a background in modeling, qualities that undoubtedly caught the eye of American Eagle when selecting faces for their clothing campaigns. But dig deeper, and a more profound parallel emerges. Both women have endured spectacular public downfalls, moments when the spotlight turned harsh and unforgiving. Sydney's troubles began to snowball in recent months, transforming her from a rising star into what many in the industry whisper as persona non grata. It started with whispers of her political leanings, specifically her perceived ties to MAGA supporters, which alienated a segment of her progressive fanbase. Then came the scrutiny over her romantic involvement with Scooter Braun, the music executive whose past dealings, particularly with artists like Taylor Swift, have left a trail of bitterness in the entertainment world. Alleged feuds with fellow actresses added fuel to the fire, painting Sweeney as divisive in an industry that thrives on alliances and appearances. But the tipping point arrived with her summer campaign for American Eagle. The slogan, "Sydney Sweeney has great genes," was meant to be playful, a nod to her enviable figure and the brand's denim line. Instead, it ignited a firestorm. Critics online and in media outlets accused it of subtly promoting eugenics, a grave charge that twisted an innocent ad into a symbol of insensitivity. Boycott calls echoed across social media, with hashtags trending and influencers distancing themselves from the brand. For Sweeney, it was a moment of profound isolation, where her image as a relatable jeans-loving girl next door clashed violently with the expectations of a hyper-aware audience. Contrast this with Martha Stewart's ascent in the American Eagle campaign, announced just weeks later. At 84, the domestic diva and business mogul stepped into the role with the poise of someone who had weathered storms far fiercer than a social media backlash. The announcement sent the company's shares soaring by 4% in a single trading day, a testament to her enduring appeal and the public's forgiveness. Brands that once shunned her now clamored for her endorsement. But Martha's path to this redemption wasn't paved with denial or deflection. It was carved through self-deprecating humor and unyielding resilience. Her own fall from grace dates back to 2003, a time when she was at the zenith of her empire, books, magazines, and a lifestyle brand that defined aspirational living for millions. Accusations of insider trading rocked her world, leading to charges of securities fraud, obstruction of justice, and false statements. Though she maintained her innocence, a conviction in 2004 meant 5 months in federal prison, followed by 5 months of house arrest. The media frenzy was relentless. Headlines screamed of her downfall, and her once untouchable status evaporated overnight. Upon release, Martha didn't retreat into obscurity. She launched a self-titled cooking show, a bold bid for normalcy amid chaos. Initial curiosity drew viewers, but as the novelty faded, so did ratings. Her cultural relevance waned, and for a woman whose identity was synonymous with perfection, it must have felt like a slow unraveling. Yet, Martha Stewart is nothing if not resourceful. In 2015 she made a pivotal choice: appear on the Comedy Central roast of Justin Bieber. It was a gamble, stepping into a den of comedians known for their razor-sharp wit, many of whom would inevitably target her prison stint. Her publicist had warned her it was out of her milieu, but Martha, ever the pioneer, pressed on. Seated among heavyweights like Kevin Hart, Shaquille O'Neal, Snoop Dogg, and Pete Davidson, she didn't just participate, she dominated. Her jokes landed with precision and unexpected edge. "Justin, I'm sure it's great to have 60 million followers on Twitter, but the only place people will be following you in jail is into the shower," she quipped, drawing roars of laughter. She leaned into the prison narrative, offering mock advice on survival tactics like crafting a shank or earning respect through sheer audacity. One line, delivered with a sly grin, targeted Shaq's mother in a callback to earlier jabs, leaving the audience in stitches. The roast wasn't just entertainment, it was catharsis. By owning her scandal, Martha transformed vulnerability into strength. The standing ovation she received spoke volumes, and Justin Bieber himself called her incredible, pulling her into a hug. Industry insiders noted the shift immediately. She was the star of the roast. It made waves and catapulted her into a younger audience. Suddenly, the woman once synonymous with white-collar crime was a viral sensation, bridging generations with her wit. Her Netflix docuseries Martha later reflected on this, admitting the unfamiliar territory but celebrating the triumph. It was a masterclass in reinvention, acknowledging the past not as a burden, but as material for connection. Sydney Sweeney's response to her controversies has been markedly different, a path that highlights the perils of evasion in the age of instant accountability. During a recent GQ interview, she was pressed on the American Eagle ad and the ensuing backlash. Her reply was light, almost dismissive, "I did a jean ad." The reaction definitely was a surprise, but I love jeans. All I wear are jeans. I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt every day of my life. When Donald Trump himself praised the ad as fantastic, she sidestepped again, calling the attention surreal, and attributing her detachment to being deep in euphoria filming. On the eugenics accusation, she offered a vague assurance, "I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear." To many it rang hollow, a missed opportunity to apologize, clarify, or humanize herself. Critics argued it reinforced perceptions of tone-deaf privilege, widening the chasm between her and her audience.